Welcome back to Factory Sealed. It is December 6th, 2015. My name is Eric Pearson. Joining me today, Miss Jess Clarkson.
Hello.
Hi, Jess. How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you back.
Well, thank you.
We got Dan Curtis.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
And the one and only Mr. Jan Brader.
Jan Brader. Brilliant.
It's
nice
a soft
to see you.
T.
Yeah.
Has he changed his surname as well?
Well, yeah, it's in honor of our game for this week.
Okay.
Tom Brader.
Oh my God. Bottom billing and Jan Brader. I just got no respect here.
Bottom
It's
billing.
because you missed last week.
I was going
Oh,
to say
yeah,
it's
that's
because
what
you didn't
happens.
come in with your entrance sound.
Oh, yeah.
There's time for that.
There's always time for the ham horn. How's
Yeah.
everybody doing?
Great. Yourself?
Good. Good.
Good man.
Yeah. Not too bad. Recovering from yesterday.
Why, you were wasted?
Well, the mother and I decided to go to a giant art festival, and then afterwards we went to a brewery and
Oh, God.
had a little too much to drink. And then we went to the Chinese Cultural Center and played our favorite game of go in and buy food that you can't read the packaging.
God, such an awful game.
Oh, you're going to play it next March.
You want to try going to Japan? It's hilarious. It's like a gamble every time you go
This
somewhere.
is pretty much the same thing. It's just ridiculous food. If there's
I
any
had,
English on the package, or if you have to, if you search for it and you can find it, like if it's not readily apparent, then it's okay to get. So we came out with, I think, some fruit called rajbatan. They look like really spiky, hairy testicles that you peel the skin off of and eat the sweet fruit of within.
Just like normal testicles.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to spell it. Raj to.
Like R-A-J?
There's a T in there somewhere. Ratbajan fruit? No idea.
God, they look terrible.
Yeah, I was sending Tom pictures of things from that
that's
store.
what that was.
They look like conkers.
No. The thing that I sent in the whole chat was the durian fruit, the diaper fruit. But they kept it deep frozen because it smells so bad.
So why do people have this?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, I'm getting no, like, Google results for
I don't
your
know how to
lovely
spell it.
pronunciation.
I have a map of Rajpatan.
Rabtajan fruit. It's a fruit, is what it is, but I don't know how to spell it. It's
Is
R-A
it
something.
J-A-N?
Huh?
Rambutan fruit.
Like B-A-J-A-N?
Did you find it, Dan?
Yes. Is it red?
Oh,
Yes. How do you spell it?
Rambutan. R-A-M butan.
That's not right.
It is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
aren't they just lychee?
I don't know. We just bought a package of them because we're like, those look awful.
They look like furry lychee.
It might just be lychee, but I don't know. I sent Tom a picture of me with half of one of those hairy things hanging out of my mouth.
But do you ever buy, like,
Not for
canned
the
lychee
first
fruit?
time.
God.
What, Jess?
If you ever buy, like, the canned lychees, always make me think of testicles. Well, we're still on the testicle subject. Like, it's just really...
there's a nice hard nut in the middle of these ones too.
Yeah, the pit. Yeah.
It's a nut.
Just
inside
imagine
of a
Jess just opening this kind of things, just reflecting on testicles.
Reminds me of Andrew.
Oh, God.
I've got a can of Andrew.
Oh, God.
Candrew.
It shouldn't happen.
I see what you did there, you funny bastard.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
Please do.
How did I think there was a J in there? Like, I wasn't even close. Rajbatan?
For the same reason there's a Y in Yom.
Yeah, it's Jan Brader.
Jan Brader.
Yeah, so I sent Tom a bunch of other pictures of giant jumbo squid. I think that's what it was.
Fuck knows. It could have been. You could have told me it was anything, and I would have believed you.
Giant bull penis.
Yes.
Christy.
A variety of flying fish eggs.
I've had the fish eggs before. Because you can get like sushi with fish eggs on them, right?
Tobiko.
That's fine.
Tobiko.
But the thought that your daughter was eating spiked testicles.
Oh, she loved it. More.
Well, they can't. I'm sure they can't be that bad.
No, they're really actually very good.
Oh, okay.
But my favorite was the giant.
Appealing.
My favorite was the giant tank full of fish. And there are people there. They just they walk up and they're like, I want that one. I think I just sent you guys a picture of it.
Looks savage.
And they pull it out, cut the head off, and hand it to you.
Oh dear.
It's a good place.
I'm distracted by the first picture.
Oh yeah, did you just notice that?
I just found that.
So when I introduced Tom to corn dogs and all their gloriousness, apparently there was a very disgusting lady at the counter behind us.
But I just don't understand. I feel like, was it Pride? Was there a rave?
No.
I feel
yeah. That was for the EDM festival.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
But even still, I mean, there comes a point when you still look in a mirror
and you think maybe today this isn't appropriate.
That's right. But usually what goes through these people's heads is, yeah, I look good. She looked in a mirror and decided good enough.
I feel like you should describe the picture so it's not so mysterious.
I'm going to let Tom describe it.
There's just much arse. That's all you need.
Thank you very much. So, let's see here. This is basically a girl in the background of this photo of me and Eric in Vegas, and she's raved up in bright colors. So she's got pink furry boots, some kind of fishnet type tights that go to her thighs, then these big full-back black, I don't know, they're like shorts, but they're definitely, there's more ass on show than
It's
fabric.
like a bodysuit.
Is it like, okay.
I think it's a swimsuit with a belt.
Oh yeah, it's a one piece with a belt to make it look like it's, yeah. And then she's got long purple hair and she's just basically super underdressed.
Key point is that the swimsuit is at least 3 sizes too small.
Yeah, I mean, I was treading carefully on that one.
And she's ordering from Pizza Hut.
And
Is
she
that
has a
Pizza
floral
Hut?
crown.
Yeah. It's a tiara.
Yeah, I mean, actually, she doesn't look as bad as some of the others that we saw there.
But she doesn't look good as good as most of the others that we saw.
But I just feel like
Yeah.
I don't want to judge anyone, but wearing that to a pizza place in public, I think, is very different than wearing it to a rave.
Jess, you've been to Vegas. I mean, America as a whole doesn't give a shit, but America in Vegas doesn't give a shit at all.
Fair.
Yeah, a whole new level.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a culture, though, of people wandering around in pajamas during the daytime?
God, that just drives me nuts.
We have that at university.
There was somebody yesterday in a shop in front of me, and I was just staring at the back of the head, going, "What are you doing?"
Well, and they wear those fleece pajama pants when they go out, and they're always dirty. They're never clean.
Sexy.
You'll find that at Walmart.
I've
Yeah,
I
meant to
really
do
look
that.
forward to going to Walmart. I can't wait. That's my highlight.
I've got
of going
this
to
huge list of shit to do when Tom comes over, and at the top of it is take him to Ghetto Walmart.
Oh god.
That's the one where the store manager got murdered in the parking lot.
Oh Jesus!
Wow. Good luck, Tom.
Everything sounds,
Yeah, I was going to say
everything
good luck.
sounds dangerous. Why am I going back to the desert?
Don't they sell guns in Walmart, though?
Yeah,
They sell ammunition,
So
don't they?
We'll be fine.
yeah, they sell everything. Or
Wow.
everything.
Everything.
While we're on the America track, how the frick is Donald Trump winning?
You know why?
Please explain this to me.
You know why? And without delving into a political podcast, because that's the last thing we want to do, for a large majority of people, well, yes, he does lack what we tend to consider to be tact.
I thought you were going to go for intelligence there.
Too many politicians tell people what they want to hear instead of what they're actually... You know, they tread way too lightly around a lot of issues, whereas Donald Trump comes out and goes, look, this is how shit is, this is what we need to do. And yeah, it offends some people, but based on the polls, more people agree with him and say, look, this is getting out of hand. We actually need to do something about some of these issues instead of trying to appease everybody.
But not even that, just like, could you imagine the Wikipedia page about him? Like, oh, the whatever president of America... His background is reality shows and bad.
You do realize that Ronald Reagan.
I was like, where's this going?
You do realize that Ronald Reagan was a Hollywood movie star, correct?
Yeah, Tom, remember that time you were president of the US?
I know, yeah.
Was he good?
Yes, he was phenomenal.
That's the Reagans for you.
Until your grandpa fucked up and spelled your last name wrong and ruined your legacy.
Yeah, that's a true story. My great granddad or something misspelt my surname on some sort of
You could have
official
been
document.
King of America by now.
Spelled his name wrong. So now we're the most weird spelling of Reagan out there.
Ragan. Yeah, it's Reagan.
Yom Ragan.
Yamas.
Yes. So there you go.
But yes, Jess, it's kind of along the same... It's yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to delve into politics. He'll probably
but the
win.
Toupee, like really, America.
It is not a toupee. There is no way that's a toupee.
Okay,
like
comb over.
A serious
then.
gust of wind would blow it off.
That hair is
His
awesome.
terrible
No,
comb over.
If you're not seeing the pictures of him when he's in wind, they're just the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Is it like Boris Johnson?
I love those pictures.
I just feel like, yeah, like if he's not honest enough to like legitimately realize that he has a comb over and he's going bald, do you really think he's going to be honest enough to like run your country?
I think he would be.
Well, a lot of men are like that. They cling on to the island in the center.
Oh no. I recognize the fact that yes, I'm gonna go bald someday, and when that day hits, I'm just gonna shave it down. I'm not gonna try to hold on to it.
Yeah, I think there is a stage that you just have to embrace that.
Yep. Women find
you
it
can't.
sexy.
You can't be combing over a whole side. Oh, that would look so bad.
I'm gonna comb up from the back and the bottom.
Yeah.
Glorious.
It's gonna be hot.
Get your creep on.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like you would have to grow like a really small mustache for that as well.
Oh, pencil porn stash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s California Highway Patrol porn stash.
Mm-hmm. You need
It
a
would have to happen.
tight red tank top.
Just red.
Jean shorts where the pockets
Completely.
hang out.
Just red.
Just red. Dan,
Hello, Eric.
should we talk about our Patreon page?
No.
Okay, let's talk about games then. You're the one who wanted to talk about this early, so let's do it.
Go on then.
All right. So as we spoke last week, we were fleshing out our Patreon page. And over the course of the week, we finalized it. And actually, before we pressed record on this show, we launched it. So it is actually live at this point. A lot of the stuff that we talked about last week still remains true. However, we have fleshed out some of the rewards. And I think it's going to be something that a lot of people really can get into because it kind of embodies the goofiness of factory sealed. I mean, let's face it, we don't take ourselves too terribly seriously here.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
So if you missed last week's show, Patreon is basically a donation thing where you can donate some money to the factory seal cause if you so wish.
It's
doing
not
so-
unlike Kickstarter, except
Yes, but
it's a
to quote Eric,
continual.
not shit.
Yes, it's not shit. We are not going to just take your money and disappear
No.
yet.
I thought we
That would
were.
be
Shut up, Jess. Or should I say yes?
It's all been leading up to this.
So it's live now.
It is.
What's the URL?
You can find us at Patreon/Factory Sealed. So it's Patreon. Kind of the whole premise behind this is we pay for everything out of pocket, mainly because this is a hobby that we enjoy doing, and that's not going to change anything if this doesn't take off. If it absolutely tanks, well, guess what? We're just going to continue paying out of our pocket. The thought process behind it is we want to do more than just record a podcast every week. We want to be able to include people with game giveaways, physical copies, merchandise, T-shirts, fun, goofy stuff like that, and then potentially increase it to sending more stuff out to people, having people join us on the show to talk about their favorite games. Just generally everything that we get from this is going to be dumped directly back into the show. We're not doing this to make money whatsoever. We all have day jobs that we rather enjoy. We're not looking at
Speak for
this.
yourself.
You just killed it there, Dan. Okay.
But,
Three of
this
us.
bleeds into kind of, we have, as Eric was saying, when we put the money back into stuff, so we have milestone goals for every, so when we get up to them points, we can do certain things. So as a starting point, we have $10 a month we'll continue to have no adverts on the podcast or on the website or anything like that. So that would be good. And then at $25 per month. Sorry, I'm still in pound mode.
Yeah, that's
We'll
a dollar
start
sign.
we'll start doing
Pound
weekly
mode.
pound mode. Oh, somebody else did. Oh, I can't come back from that.
Dan Pound Mode Curtis. Is that your wrestling name? So that's why you went and saw a bunch of sweaty dudes. Still in pound mode. Sorry, continue, Dan.
No, I can't come back from that. Somebody take over. Tom, you do the next one.
Just go with it, Dan.
Right, at $25 per month, not in pound mode, we will do weekly digital game giveaways. So, heck yeah. Then at $50 a month, we will have absolutely everything we need to cover our site hosting. So
And
that's
still
probably-
continue to do weekly game giveaways.
Yes. So everything's cumulative, basically.
Yes.
And then at $75 a month, we will do a physical retro game.
Once a month.
So that can be absolutely anything. We'll just find whatever we can and
Hope you
ship it out
guys
to
have
somebody.
Virtual Boys and Atari Jaguars.
We do. So at this point, we'll run a competition see who wins that. And at $100 per month is factory seal swag. So we're talking T-shirts, whatever, hoodies, hats, socks, and according to Eric, underwear as well. So if you want factory sealed and blazoned upon your crotch, it could be a possibility.
I'd love that.
And then at $150 a month, we apparently are going to do video podcasting.
Oh, yeah. That means we have to
get
actually
this-
put makeup on.
Yes.
Tom especially.
Yeah, that's true.
Powder your nose.
At $200 per month, we will be buying a new game. So something that's just come out, and we will be shipping that out to a competition winner.
I just read that. Now rolling in more moolah than Tom.
Written by my own fair hand, Yom.
Brilliant.
Yomus.
Then the next one up is $250 a month. Eric and Tom will custom build a shiny new factory sealed app for iOS and Android. Get you, sisters. And then again is $400 put together a random box full of random video game goodness and run a competition for it once a month. You might get a game, merch, or something else incredibly random. Better still, the box will be factory sealed. Get it?
That's terrible.
I'm not sure I get it.
It's meant to be terrible.
Someone has explained.
And then,
I meant more
if we
his
get
laugh.
$500 a month, which would just be ridiculous, we would do a physical game giveaway every single week.
Along with all the other shit, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So back to the giveaway stuff, too. We're still going to run those much the same way that we ran the digital game giveaways a couple weeks ago, where we'll kick out a message on Facebook or Twitter, and if you retweet it or whatever, if we decide to put out a question and everyone who answers it gets an entry, you can still enter all this crap for free. We're not going to require you to support us monetarily to get any of this stuff. However, when it comes down to the rewards, when you support us, you'll get additional entries into this stuff. So $1 through $5, you'll get each dollar will get you an extra entry into those digital game giveaways. And then as it branches up, it'll get you extra entries into physical game giveaways. And then we have certain limited pledges per month, which I think are pretty cool. One thing that we're going to start doing is recording the entire call that we have for the show. So as I'm sure you can imagine, there's a lot of stupid conversation that happens between us before we actually press stream on the show. So we're going to make it available to a certain number of people that each week you'll get that full unedited call. We'll just kick that out to you each week before the show kicks out. $15 a month, T-shirts, $20 a month. We'll set aside some time to play games with you and chat with you after our show. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, $20 a month. We said Dan will record some 5 phrases in his finest Geordie accent for you. Each of these gets you additional entries into physical and digital game giveaways. Jess, what did you say you were going to knit? Some Harry Willy sacks?
Yes.
Okay, Jess is going to knit some ball sacks.
Or something less, like, X-rated, like a hat or something.
Yeah, what about for the girls? Like a hand-knit bra?
Yeah,
A
it could happen.
vagina cover.
Oh, God. Isn't that just
Could
called
happen.
underwear?
I'll take suggestions.
Another $20 pledge. Tom will craft a glass video game coaster of your choosing from a select number of designs. Tom is limiting it to the finest of the fine.
That's right. Only the ones
Well,
I can
Originally, we did want Tom to be somebody's butler for a week, but there are so many costs involved.
Maybe if we hit the point where we're making $10,000 a month, we can ship Tom off.
Yeah, we will.
week.
He'll just go all over the world. His new job.
We could
I'll
do
have to
it.
get silver service trained. I
Let's
I
see.
could send Jeeves, I suppose.
Yeah, send Jeeves. Jeeves 2.0. At $50 a month, I will throw open the doors of the factory sealed sweatshop and fabricate a stocking for you.
Ooh.
Which shirts are badass.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got yours this past week.
Yeah.
We did. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
I made Jess a Fallout stocking.
It was glorious.
I made Dan a Final Fantasy VII Cloud stocking in
Love
the
Love
polygon style. Except Cloud's eyes kind of looked retarded because if you look at the image of him as a polygon, like he pretty much doesn't have eyes. It's just this colored blob. It's like, oh well, I got to build these from scratch.
They look
It
good,
looks
though. They
very
look like
nice,
it's
Eric. Well
been-
done.
They look great, yeah. It looks
then-
like his eyes have been infused with Mako or something.
Yes.
So-
Should have put glitter on it. I'll put some glitter on it. It'll look
Okay,
great.
good. I made Tom a Metal Gear Solid 4 one. That one was probably the most difficult one I've made, just because it's only 3 pieces of felt, but they were so big and took forever to
Yeah.
cut out.
I love it, man. It's
Is
awesome.
it actually just all white, or have you?
There's
Colored
black
it in?
behind it too.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
shadow, drop shadowed, custom design.
But you're so like intense with all the small little cuts that need to happen.
Hell yeah!
That's what makes it, though.
Yeah.
That's really,
I
really
mean,
good.
Jess's Fallout Boy one is excellent.
Yeah, his is
Yeah.
pretty well.
It looks
Like the
like
sideburns and everything.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
It is like an official Bethesda product.
We've got pictures of these up on the Patreon page. Then the
But
Mega
it's
Man
not done
ones
to us.
that I made for me and Christy and the E-Tank for Ellie. Those are all up there. The last two we have $60 a month. If you have a favorite game that you want us to play, $60 a month gets you the opportunity to play it along with us and then join us for a portion of the show to actually chat about that game. So I think there are definitely some games out there that we haven't played that people have requested quite a few times. So hopefully there's some people that would take advantage of that. And this is one of those that would be a one-off where once your donation clears and we've played your game and you're on the show, you can definitely drop down to a different pledge amount. So we don't want that to be something where we have somebody on every week, but just kind of as a special thing. And then the last one, $75 a month. If you are a musician or a creator of some other medium, we want to build in some airtime at the end of our show for people to promote whatever they're doing. So that's our Patreon page. Back to the whole point.
I think it's important to say that you can donate whatever you want it is meant to be on a monthly basis, but if you want to do like $10 a month, then drop down, that is fine. So whatever.
We're not expecting anything. It's just a way that you can contribute and help improve the show. We're not going to dip the quality at all. What you've been getting for the past 4 years is what you're going to continue to get. We just want to make it better.
Yes. Can't get much worse.
Always improving. Always improving from the bottom line.
When you're at the bottom, there's really nowhere else to go but up.
Well, you set the bar low so people don't come in expecting some beautiful thing. And
we like to keep the pressure low. Yeah. So that's that. If you donate, awesome. We will love you. If not, whatever. We still love you. Thanks for letting us abuse your eardrums. So I feel like Dan is dying to talk about this.
Oh, yes.
Do you need a hug?
Yes.
Needs more than a hug.
Do you need a minute?
I need to just be cryogenically frozen until it comes out, I think.
But then you'll miss all the hype.
I don't care, it'll be out, and then I'll just cry.
So yesterday,
have they given any indication of the date?
No.
Let's be clear what we're talking about first.
I think everyone can guess it's Stan.
Yesterday, they showed, for the first time ever, actual in-game play and voice acting footage of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which was sweet.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what Final Fantasy VII is, right, Tom?
I had to go.
It's a somewhat known game from the 90s about people with swords.
Spiky hair,
magic.
Yeah,
really,
I got it.
Really sweet hairdos.
Oh, the bloke with the gun on his arm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good game, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it sold all right.
Tan's like, stop murdering it. You're not giving it justice.
Everybody knows how good it is. I don't even need to say anything.
Final Fantasy VIII was better. They should be doing an 8 remake.
I'll let them get this one out of the way first, then we'll see how we go.
Yeah. So, no, to answer your question, Jess, they have not done any indication of when this thing is going to come out, but based on what they showed yesterday, they are a hell of a lot farther along than I thought they were.
Yeah, because I know we talked about it being a distant future thing.
I assumed when they announced it last year or earlier this year that they were just beginning pre-production. Like, okay, fine, we give in, we'll make this. And then after the show, they hop together and they're like, all right, we should probably start. But
it doesn't look like it, though, does it? I mean, it looks like they've got the visual style together, and the battle system seems to be in good progress.
I think what really sped it along, based on everything that we saw, it looks like they took a lot of stuff from Crisis Core.
It looks like Final Fantasy 15
It
to
does.
me.
I think they used the tool set and all of the engine elements of Final Fantasy 15 and just threw 7 together in it and made it look really good.
Yeah, the animations as well are like 15 and a bit like 13.
The combat
well.
especially. That's the one thing that I was so hesitant on. I mean, graphically, whatever. The combat in 7 was so iconic that we talked about last time, where if they changed it too much, it might actually destroy the game. But based on what they showed, it looks awesome.
I think
Yeah.
I actually noticed a few things to do with this, like which might have went unnoticed while you're watching the trailer. It looks like there is elements of the original Final Fantasy VII battle system in there. It's like it looks more like Final Fantasy 15 in real time. But if you look on the trailer, you can actually control multiple characters because the camera is behind Barrett at one point.
Yep.
So you can surely switch between them on the fly. Both Cloud and Barrett have an active time battle gauge, which is down there. So obviously when you attack, that goes down, and then you'll have to switch to another character, which is kind of what you did on Final Fantasy VII to begin with. And then there's magic and summons, which are both there.
I'm kind of
Items
curious
is
how
there.
those are going to work.
Yeah. But
I hope it kind of doesn't bring the summon into the fight. I would rather it just kind of doesn't attack like it used to, and then leaves.
No, see, I kind of liked... Oh, yeah. Instead of having it come in and be controllable.
Yeah,
What
like,
game
like
did that?
Aeons on 10.
Oh, yeah, the Aeons.
Also 12
Yep.
and 13. So maybe it will.
15
No, it's
didn't,
cool.
though. If you watched that Ramu, 15 just had a gigantic cutscene
Yeah,
happen.
that stuff is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I've been looking a bit online, and some people seem to be saying, "Oh my god, what have they done to the battle system? This isn't Final Fantasy VII." But let's face it, it was never going to be the same. It wasn't.
We
No.
made that same comment, too, before. With this, you're not going to please everyone.
yeah.
What you
I
know.
need to do is gun for what you think is going to be the most approachable, and everybody's going to like the most, and say, screw you to the rest of those people.
Yeah.
What
And
I
there's
always
not-
say about Final Fantasy is though, like every Final Fantasy has a slightly different battle system. So even though this is a remake, it is such a huge remake that I'm not really bothered because I consider it to be a new Final Fantasy. You know,
It's
So-
a reimagining.
yeah.
I think that's how you have to look at it too, with any of that stuff.
Agreed. I mean,
mean,
there's no
I
point in
love-
remaking it otherwise.
I love Final Fantasy VII, but like the battle system in modern gaming where everything's more fast paced wouldn't work as well. Cause
Yeah, you don't want to
people-
sit and trudge through menus. And sorting materia through menus can be kind of a drag.
Oh, God.
But if they've still got the active time battle system and stuff on there, like on Crisis Core, there's none of that, and you can just kind of hammer attack. But if they've got active time battle where the gauges go down and then you have to switch between your characters and be more tactical, it's going to be a lot better, I think.
What did you guys think of the voice acting?
It sounds like the same Cloud from Advent Children.
I was going to say it does. I'm not
Whiny.
sold on the redesign of Barrett. I don't think he fits my initial... Like, Barrett is not this tall, skinny dude. He's kind of short, frumpy, and fat.
It was, but I think that's just kind of the limitations of the older game. You know, I think he was meant to be muscular and big.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess I always imagined his machine gun being a hell of a lot bigger, too.
but yes, but you will get new ones.
Exactly.
Like when he gets the big cannon, laser cannon thing near the end as his ultimate weapon and stuff.
It was so cool watching that because the trailer pretty much covered the attack on the first Mako reactor up through when the tower falls with Biggs and Wedge, and then Cloud jumping onto the train to re-meet everybody after they all think he's dead. And that scene right there where you have the soldiers encroaching on him from both sides was such an iconic part of the original game that I absolutely love how they redid that and made it so cinematic. And you can just tell where everything is. They kept those main points in there, but they redesigned them instead of, okay, this is the camera angle that we had in the original game. This is where these people came from. So it looks like the entire game is going to be you behind the characters moving through the world. So they've completely redesigned that aspect too.
Yeah. Well, that was always going to happen again, I think. But I liked also how they appear to have expanded Midgar, so that you can like wander the streets and stuff, and there's people just wandering around.
I really hope they didn't axe the overworld.
Oh, I know.
If they cut that out, that would be a big loss.
But what about if it was like an overworld where you could actually explore, like it was in Midgar, where you could move between the towns and stuff? That would be quite cool.
No, it needs to be straight up overworld. Like
don't
Ni no
know.
Kuni. Ni no Kuni proved that concept still exists and can function well within a modern RPG.
Yeah.
I love
man,
Ni
that
no
would be
Kuni so.
That would be crazy if they axed the overworld. Do you think they would do that? Do you think they'd consider it?
I don't know. When's the last Final Fantasy to actually have a traditional overworld? I mean, 15 technically has one, but it's a big open seamless world.
Did 10 not have one?
Yep. No, it was just straight linear paths, and then you could select destinations from the airship.
I kind of hope that. I guess I could see them doing it in the same vein as 12, where you are out wandering the wilderness. I don't think it's going to be top down, but you'll be out wandering the wilderness, and you'll have the real time battles, and then you'll see the town in the distance, and you can walk into it.
I like that though. I think that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I just don't want them to eliminate the exploration factor because there's so much.
I don't think they can, because it's such a vast game without sacrificing elements from it. I'm sort of saying what they've done with Midgar alone. All the other sections like Wutai and seeing Sephiroth and Nibelheim and stuff like that, and it's just going to be so good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. In terms of when it's going to come out, man, I would love to see him shoot for next holiday, but I think that's going to be too ambitious. But then again, who knows how long they've actually been working on this?
Like that bit in Midgar looks quite far along. It does.
The voice acting
are all there. I mean,
needs to be brushed up a little bit. It definitely doesn't match up with the characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. That I think what's he called? Wedge or Biggs. He sounded a bit weird.
No, I mean in terms of the voices matching up with the mouth movements.
Oh, it's probably because it's the Japanese dub, I imagine.
Yeah, that's true.
They've probably done the English, and then it's probably the old Japanese trailer.
I reckon it'll be a March 2017 release.
March, huh? Why do you pick March?
Oh, that's when a lot of big games drop in March, don't they?
It is actually, yeah.
Well, wait, when did Final Fantasy VII first release?
Are you thinking they might match it up with an anniversary or something?
I think so. January 31st, 97.
So maybe, March 97 for a Steelbook 20 anniversary or whatever.
That would be so good.
Something like that, I reckon. And
you would not see me again for months.
Final Fantasy VII PS4.
January 31st, 1997.
Yeah.
That would be...
I think they're shooting for 2017.
That would be... I'd be willing to wait if they wanted to shoot it out on its 20-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what I also liked about it, like how they seem to have expanded upon the original dialogue. Did you notice?
Yes. Well, that's one thing they said that they wanted to do is, or I guess not said they wanted to do, but I think would really help is fill in some of those plot gaps.
Yeah, like it looks like Biggs and Jesse and have more dialogue and stuff. Like they're discussing whether Cloud is really with them, or if he's just doing it for the money. And
yeah, that was
it's touched upon in the original, I think, a little bit, but not to that extent.
Yeah, like Cloud is a pretty cold mercenary at the beginning, isn't he? He doesn't really care. He's just there for money and
well, if you've played Crisis Core, this is the point where Cloud is basically he's just come to Midgar after thinking that he used to be a soldier, but he isn't really.
Well, and he's assumed the role of Zack.
Basically, yeah. And he comes into Midgar and he basically says, "I will do this for money because I need money," and then ends up meeting with Tifa and stuff like that, and it all escalates from there. So it'd be really good. But Eric, we discussed this before, whether they will incorporate elements of Crisis Core more into it, because it's got a lot of backstory now that wasn't originally there.
Yeah. So put in some of those plot elements from Crisis Core that kind of recall back to it.
I mean, if you play a Crisis Core, the whole thing with Aerith and Zack is quite sad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good game, Crisis Core.
It is, which is... the battle system, again, reminded me a little bit of that, but with some tweaks, which I liked Crisis Core's battles.
So. Yeah, it was cool.
I think it would be in their best interest to do at the very least, a straight-up port to get Crisis Core into more people's hands before the remake.
Yeah, I mean, in a similar way that Peace Walker was ported over, they could do something like that.
I'm very surprised they've never done that. I am.
Yeah.
Crisis Core was for me, it was a system seller for PSP.
Yeah, it was. I bought my PSP for Crisis Core, and that was it to begin with. I even got the limited edition PSP with Zack on the back.
Sweet.
It's such a sad ending too. That game was just sad.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to ruin it though. In case one day Jess decides to actually play it.
Somewhat unlikely.
Yeah. No, I'll cry then.
You probably will.
sad.
It's a pretty sad ending.
I don't know that, but on the trailer, there's all just kind of a lot of different things on it. Like, it looks quite polished already. Like, you can see the shine of Cloud's Buster sword, and then there was the sections where he's kind of has to go through little gaps and things like that. That was different. Haven't seen that on a Final Fantasy before.
Yeah, he's kind of shimmying through like a gap in the wall.
And then they had the iconic Scorpion boss.
Yeah.
Down in the Mako reactor.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
There's so much.
The bit where Cloud just flips off the train and like looks up was just really cool.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
It harkens back to that tech demo from when they did it for the PS3. It looks even better.
See, that's what makes me wonder, have they technically been working on this since then and just kind of putting elements in place for when they finally said, okay, now we can actually do this?
I don't know. They're just keeping everything under wraps, aren't they? So they're not really saying.
If they're close to completion, they've done a phenomenal job of keeping it under wraps.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I think because there's always rumors and always like people have wanted this for so long that kind of helps them.
Where
That people,
just kind of
I just
disregards
heard this. Oh yeah, okay, everyone's heard that.
Let's face it, for die-hard Final Fantasy VII fans, that's going to be like a midnight purchase. Like, not going to care.
You're going to be.
Nobody's going to read a review. They're just going to be buying it.
You're going to be calling off work the next couple days.
Yep.
And I wouldn't blame you.
Knowing my luck, it'll probably release next April or something when I'm in Australia for 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't go, seriously.
I was going to say, you could get it earlier then. Australia's a few hours in front of you guys.
Yeah,
so.
just take your PS4 with you.
Yeah, it could work out in your favor.
You could do that, actually.
Crystal would kill you.
Good. She would.
She would absolutely kill you.
You want to go to the Great Barrier Reef? No, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Just like book a lot of like retreats for her and stuff like that.
You go to the neighbours tour by yourself, darling. Off you go.
Oh, we'll go for a couples massage. Yeah, I swear I'm in the next room.
And then just pay some guy to lay there and
Yeah.
moan occasionally.
This sounds like a fine plan, everyone.
We're just trying to help you.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Quit
I wasn't
such
being
a stick
sarcastic.
in
I
the
was being
mud.
genuine.
God. Yeah, I can.
So,
I saw that trailer and just imagine Dan sitting there just squealing like a girl, and Crystal coming in and going, "What? And you just going, "Final Fantasy VII!" Ah! And she goes, "Oh," and closes the
But
door
it
and
is
walks
super
out.
goosebumpy. Like they did it so well.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
with the old soundtrack and stuff as well. Just the way it, Yeah,
Wasn't
it's
the
so
music
good.
from straight from the Distant Worlds Orchestra?
It sounded like it.
It sounded totally like it, yeah. Which I hope they do completely remaster this with full orchestra and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Oh, they will. They always do.
It's the thought of
there's
One Wing
tons
Danger.
there's tons of orchestral versions of Final Fantasy VII available out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but with the Philharmonic Orchestra, I think they need to do that one. Just get the full ensemble.
I just like Gold Saucer and stuff, and it has such an iconic soundtrack as well. Like,
Can you imagine how good those mini games are going to be in the Gold Saucer?
That's something that I'm afraid they're going to cut. Is they're going to remove some of the goofier aspects of that game, like the slap fight and the jump off the dolphin and just goofy shit. I hope they don't tear
But
that out.
they already said about the cross-dressing thing that they're strongly considering keeping it, so there is hope.
Well, what about the snowboarding mini game that you have to?
I
there's
love
a lot
this
of
snowboarding game.
stupid
I love that
shit in
too.
that game that I hope they keep in because it's what made
what
the
about-
game fun.
What
Keep
about
the
the
G-bike
Mog
in.
mini game?
The Mog mini game was cool.
See,
Yeah.
they've already made G-Bike for smartphones, so could they use that?
Yeah, just bring that over somehow. Keep some of the assets, maybe scale them up. Depends. I don't know. Like I don't see why they couldn't refactor that. Because what are the other ones they've done in the Gold Saucer? The other mini games they had.
I had snowboard, and there was the submarine game.
Oh, the submarine. That's the one I was thinking of because it was closed when you first go there.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have to return.
you hadn't
and
done the
it's
submarine bit yet.
Yeah.
That was hard. That one.
Yeah.
There was there was basketball ones. There was a fortune teller.
And the arm
And
wrestling.
there was there was
one where
the
you just-
punch. There was the fighting game where you could punch up, punch middle, punch down.
Yeah.
Remember that?
But there's an arm wrestling one as well. We just had to
That was
bash X
that was
constantly.
rock hard. That.
Yeah. And the fighting one is pretty tough though.
Yeah.
I can't remember how far I got on that.
Can never get past
Yeah,
like
it's gonna-
stage 3.
Yeah. It's just going to be so much fun. I hope they don't
But there's,
actually
there's the chocobo racing as well, of course.
Oh yeah, I hope they keep all the breeding aspects in.
Heck yeah.
Get me that black one.
Get the
Dan,
gold
I think
one,
you're
son.
just gonna die.
Gold one.
What, Dan?
Get the gold
You
one.
didn't get the gold chocobo.
Okay, fine. I'll go for gold. Some of us
Thank
just
you.
are happy with second place.
But then you won't get Knights of the Round.
Exactly.
Go for the gold.
I just said that.
I know. Dan, I know. I know. I'll go for gold.
Good
Good,
man.
good.
If it's in there.
So something else got announced as well that I'm pretty excited about. I think we should all be pretty excited about it.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Even better.
Oh.
See, I was watching it and they didn't reveal what it was when it was first on, and then it was playing it, and I was like, "This looks very much like Ni no Kuni." And then when it flashed up with Ni no Kuni 2, I went, "Ah!"
Does it have anything to do with Psychonauts?
Yes, it does. Psychonauts 2.
There's also a Psychonauts VR game coming out.
Yes.
I'm typically not for developers doing crowdfunding campaigns, but when it comes to Double Fine, I know that they're going to follow through on their shit. Because this is one of those games that people have wanted for so long that if they got the money and said, yep, we're going to make it, and then disappeared, that people would never forgive them for it.
Yeah.
But-
Are they funded yet?
I don't
They
think
last time I
It
checked,
was up to 1 million last time I checked.
they're at 1.8 million with 37 days left.
Is it on Kickstarter or
that's good.
Indiegogo?
It's on Fig.
Oh.
is that just another version of?
I don't know. I was trying to read into exactly the differences behind it.
Fig is when you actually can invest in it.
Oh.
Oh,
You
really?
can buy, like, yeah.
That's cool.
Huh. So you can benefit from it.
I'm not sure. I think it might be something to do with Double Fine. I'm not sure, but I did.
Interesting.
If you watch Tim Schafer's video, and he kind of outlines what it is, I think.
Either way, I don't care. I think it's going to be it's way too overdue.
Yeah.
But it's going to delve more into the backstory of Raz and why he has this ridiculous fear of water, or how his whole family was killed by water, or something like that. And it's going to have
After playing the original, I'm quite excited about where they can go with it, with the new mindscapes, and make it a better, like, with better platforming for a modern console and things like that. It could be something really good.
Oh, I think it will. Double Fine really puts out phenomenal stuff.
It's so random that we played the original just like weeks ago, and now the second one being announced.
It's like we knew.
And we were talking about where the hell's the sequel.
Yeah,
Foresight.
we're so ahead
Have
of the
they
game.
put out
That's
a
the
lot
reason
of
they did it. They
artwork?
heard the show.
I
Exactly.
don't think they're very far into development on this.
No, they're not.
Because I see the one, like, they have pictures, a few pictures up, and I like how they still have the very, like, weirdly flat faces.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't change?
I don't even think this stuff is concept art. Oh yeah, it looks like it is. No, this will be the first crowdfunded game that I actually support.
Did you support Shenmue 3?
No, because I don't really care about Shenmue.
That's a shame, son.
I never played it.
I really like that game.
Well, Shenmue 2 was free for a while, wasn't it? I think it was free on Origin or something like that.
Oh, okay. On the PC.
No.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Psychonauts 2, awesome. What else was announced yesterday? Anything?
PS2.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
Yes.
Oh, yes, PS2 emulation.
Oh.
Rogue Galaxy.
If you have not played Rogue Galaxy by this point in your life,
which I haven't,
spend the $15, get the 1080p up-resed with trophy support, and lose yourself in the PS2 swan song. It's awesome. It is one of the best RPGs.
I feel like that
See,
should
Eric,
be on
I
my
looked on the
list.
PSN. I looked on the PSN earlier today, and I couldn't find these.
They're there.
Yeah, me neither. I couldn't find it. I looked about an hour
mustn't
before
be
we
live
started.
in Europe yet.
They went live yesterday for me.
God damn it! I hate Europe sometimes.
Jess, I would put it on our list of games to play, but this game you can easily dump 80 hours into it and not even notice.
Yeah, but if we start now and then do it like next year, it'll be
True.
fine.
Yes.
We've got so much other shit to play. But
Yep.
yeah, Rogue Galaxy.
Bear in mind, Christmas is coming up.
That's when Dan gets all the games that he should have bought the day they came out.
Yeah, but then I don't have to spend any money, and then you can just get them for free. So nice.
Can always make more money.
Nah.
What else did they announce with the PS2? The original Dark Cloud, the Mark of Kree, which for being a PS2 game was horribly violent.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Mark of Kree.
I just checked PSN and Rogue Galaxy is up.
How much is it?
Oh.
$15.
It's £12, Dan.
Oh, come on.
What?
What? That's not fair. That's not the same conversion.
What do you mean it's not the same conversion?
Well, how much is $15 in pounds? It's about £8. So how does that work out?
Bend over and take it, Dan. It's worth it, trust me.
Yes.
What does that equal out to? Like $20?
What, $11? £12 in dollars?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll buy it.
Yes.
It's something like, it's near $20, yeah.
It's worth it. Rogue Galaxy is awesome. I sent Tom a picture of the strategy guide that I have for it, and that game has some of the deepest weapon synthesizing I've ever played. And there are 50 pages of charts that are it's just rows and columns of how you can combine different items, and it's 50 pages of it. There's so many different weapons you can make in that game.
God.
And there's an entire Pokemon game crammed in there. I put 80 hours into that game and didn't even touch the Pokemon game in there.
Jesus. I
Cool.
think I probably
I'll
will
lose myself in that until Christmas then, I think.
Because you're done with Fallout.
I am done with Fallout. Well, I'm still playing it, but I've done a lot. Level 50 and still going on. Because there's no level cap on it.
Yeah.
So you can just keep playing forever.
Kind of like Skyrim.
They got...
So also on the PS2, we have the 3 Grand Theft Autos from that era. So
is
3
kinda stupid,
San
'cause
Andreas.
You can
Vice City.
much cheaper on PS3.
Yeah.
But then
they
they're
don't
not
have
up-pressed with trophies support.
If
I'm
you like
curious to see
trophies...
how they're going to do the trophy support on some of those bigger games like Rogue Galaxy. Is it just going to be progressional trophies, or are they actually going to be thought-out trophies?
It's cool, though, that they can do that with old games. And
Yeah,
put
it's
trophies
great.
in.
And
But-
Vice City looks really nice. Like, up-resed in 1080p.
I mean, it would have been nice if you could just get the disc and put it in. But basically what you could do then is go and buy one of these old games for like £2 and then play it. So
Well, I think they did it properly. If it were to have just been the PS2 classics and they're charging $15 for them, I would have been a little pissed off about that. But that now that they're up-resed with trophy support, it technically is a different product.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'll still buy it because I want to have a digital copy of it. And more people need to play that game. So
and
good.
Dark Cloud as well.
The original Dark Cloud is kind of shit, but...
Oh, I've never played it. I heard it was good.
It's not nearly as good as Dark Cloud 2.
Which is called Dark Chronicle over here for no reason.
Is the first one called Dark Chronicle? Or did they
No,
switch
it's Dark
it halfway
Cloud.
through?
They just decided to call it Dark Cloud and then Dark Chronicle.
So dumb.
Yeah.
You know
I'll give
what
you
else
that
is
one.
dumb?
Europe.
Go on then.
The game that
Stupid
we played
Europe.
for this week.
Oh, yeah. What did we play this week, Dan?
Yombraider 2.
Yom Raider
Yom.
2, yes.
Oh, yes. We deviated from playing the original.
Yes.
And we
Poor
decided
choice.
to play it.
I'm going to be the
At
first
the request of Eric, by the way.
Yes. And I'm going to be the first to say I didn't finish this. I didn't even get close to finishing this.
I will be the first to say that I did finish it.
Great. How many kids do you have?
Oh.
6.
Okay. How do you do it?
That he knows
Easy.
of.
Yeah, that he knows.
6 kids. Shit.
Boy, you keep them quiet.
I do. They're all in boxes.
Tom, how far did you make it?
I didn't do too well. I got as far as somewhere in the middle of a hideout
Bertoli's hideout?
after Venice.
That's not
Yeah.
too bad.
So like level 3.
Out of
That's
16.
right, Dan.
You guys suck.
Honestly, it's no easier than it was all those years ago. That is such a hard game.
Jess, how far did you make it?
Like I couldn't. I felt like I could not deal with the controls. I don't know why. It was just. It was almost like Turok for me. Like it didn't happen. I don't know if it was an issue because I emulated it. I don't know, but it was like I had to walk away.
Did you make it out of the initial pit in the beginning?
Yes.
Okay. Did you make
Like
it past-
mansion.
No. The actual... That's not the game. The mansion does not constitute the game.
Yeah, no,
We
that's
said
okay.
this
That's where I got because I couldn't deal. Like
You
I
made
just,
it to the mansion?
Yeah,
Like,
couldn't
that's not even the
deal.
game.
I don't care.
You reached
Original
a
section.
new low of you didn't even make it to the game.
It was awful. Like I don't know. I'll try it again. Like it's on PSN, right? Isn't it?
I didn't think we could make it any worse.
It
We
was
actually
no.
joked
I was
about
worse
this
with
last week.
Turok. It was so bad.
Oh,
Jess, you are such an idiot.
Shut up.
You know at the menu screen when you can choose to go to Lara's house or you can choose to start the game?
Yes.
You chose Lara's house, not the game.
Yeah. Because it looked fun.
It is fun. I will say that there's one reason I stopped playing this, and it was because every passing minute I spent with this game, I destroyed another happy memory of my childhood. I had such fond memories of this game.
I really enjoyed it.
What's that?
I really enjoyed it.
I hated every minute I spent with this game.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Well, to give you an example, at the very beginning, there's that pit with the lion, and it's a very difficult pit to get out of. Lara doesn't jump when you press the square button. She jumps when you let go of the square button, which is so stupid.
No, she doesn't. You hold it.
Oh, even worse! So there's
That's just how Tomb Raider always was.
there's a little block that you need to stand on and then jump across the water and then grab onto a ledge across the way. For the life of me, could not get her to jump off that little block. She would walk forward and I'd go to jump and she would just fall into the water. But the very first time I was in the pit, I made it all the way up to the top and then went to jump up, and instead she went, side flip, careen into the pit, dead. And it took me another half hour to get out of the pit because I couldn't jump across a goddamn pond.
God, you guys suck.
The controls on this game are the definition of pants.
right?
It's like if
Yes,
you hold on to...
they have not aged brilliantly. I'll give it that. But I think I must have played it so much back in the day that I didn't struggle. I know exactly what.
But did you play it for the game?
When you're doing a run and jump. Yeah, I like the game.
No.
I mean, when you do a run and jump,
I
what
think
you
you
need to
liked
do is you
Clara.
walk forward to the edge, hop back, run forward and hold square, and then
Yeah.
she jumps from the edge, and then you grab in midair and grab the ledge. It's easy.
That's so cumbersome.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
super cumbersome.
But this is from back in the day, remember?
Where games had good controls because not all of them were shitty.
Yeah.
It's-
I'm not
Yes.
discrediting this game as for everything else that it does well. I mean, it's a great adventure game. It's just shit controls. They were probably okay back then, and that's probably why I had good memories of it. But we've been very spoiled with modern controls. And like Jess said, some games back then had decent controls. This one, no, not even close.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It is not for everyone, but I have such nostalgic good memories of it that I think I don't think I've ever actually played through it from start to finish without cheating before as well.
So you cheated this time?
So something no, without cheating. So I've never done it without cheating before. Without cheats before. But actually I say that, but I had to skip 2 levels because my save state buggered up twice.
You finally got that code to work?
Yes, I did.
Shut up, cat.
No, I just remember playing Tomb Raider years ago, and I found it just as hard then as I did now. And I remember like all my friends at school playing the first one all the way into the second, third, the Last Revelation, and Chronicles, and just talking about it, and I could never join in the conversation because I just sucked so bad at those games. The third one especially was rock hard.
The third one is the hardest of them all because it's where it gets really dark continuously, and you have to use flares all the time, and it's.
I would always accidentally toss a flare. I'm like, oh, I'm going to shoot you. Oh, shit. there
I
was
didn't
another
realize
flare.
until about halfway through that you can press L2 to get a flare out.
How did you think flares worked?
You have to go into the menu.
The invention.
You had
On
to
Tomb
hold
Raider-
the
on
square
Tomb
button
Raider-
and triangle and then release them at the same time.
What are
Well,
you talking about?
how about if you
Because it's cumbersome.
if you
On Tomb Raider 3, you have to press select and R2 or something to get a flare out.
Oh,
So that's what
great
I do.
control.
when to walk in Tomb Raider 2, I think you had to hold R1, but then if
Yes.
you wanted to then walk sideways, you had to hold R2.
Yes, this is why the level skip cheat doesn't work, you see, because you have to sidestep left, sidestep right, sidestep left, then switch to R1 to walk backwards and forwards, and then jump in the air. But if you don't switch to R1, instead it activates Lara explodes, which just causes it to spontaneously combust, and it's hilarious.
I saw the complexity on that code and went, yeah, no thanks.
God.
But what I noticed on Tomb Raider 2 is, right, the plot makes no sense at all.
There's a plot?
There is a plot. It's about a guy called Marco Bertoli is trying to get the dagger of Xi'an or something like that, which turns you into a dragon.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that why you're collecting all those dragons through the levels?
No, well, I don't know. I think they're just secrets.
Oh.
But it might be because that's what the theme of the game is, dragons. As you progress, Lara goes through a stupid opera house and everything to get on a plane. Like, she could just went around the back and got on the plane, just for fun. And then she goes to an oil rig and gets captured, and then she somehow holds her breath for about 10 hours while on a submarine, like just on top of a submarine, not in the submarine, with no diving apparatus whatsoever.
What?
Yeah. On the 40 fathoms level where you go down into the water and then the level starts and you're in the middle of the sea and you have to swim towards a old wreck. But bear in mind that by this point, Lara is meant to have been holding her breath all the way down there. So she shouldn't start with full breath anyway.
And
Well,
wouldn't
that's
she
difficult.
get a severe case of the bends?
I would think so. It makes no sense. And then after that, you end up going you get this thing called the Seraph, and you go to Tibet, and you go to a monastery where you find a thing called the Seraph, which you need to go back to the Great Wall of China to open that door that was there at the start. And you go in there, and you go through that, and you go through a big temple, and then somehow you end up in this area where there's floating green blocks, and it just goes absolutely insane. And then after that, you end up at this place where the guy transforms into a dragon, and you have to kill the dragon. And it's just mental.
You know the one thing that did really age well in this? That would be Lara's moaning and groaning.
I was going to say that.
No.
Yeah,
Every time you find
something up like
find a Betty kit.
I like the no the best. That's my favorite.
I don't know that
Just
one.
pointedly, no.
Oh
No.
yeah.
No.
There's something within this game that I ended up having to exploit. There are shortcuts within a lot of the levels, and I knew of a couple of them, but there are actual exploit shortcuts that you can utilize. So I think it was the Bertoli's hideout, where you can go out onto a balcony, and I ran forward too quickly, and apparently I ran forward at just the right spot, and I fell through the fence down below, and ended up reloading my save, which is also really cool that you can do immediate save states within this game. You can save exactly where you are. I thought that was pretty cool, instead of making you restart the level, because that would suck.
But it does get very cumbersome. Like, basically my copy of Tomb Raider 2 doesn't work on my PS3 for some reason. Don't know why. It's one of those weird games. And then, but I popped it in the PC and it works fine. So I use save states rather than the old saving system. It's a lot quicker because when you save and you die, you have to reload, and it's all very. I mean, you can die a lot in Tomb Raider 2. So
a lot, yes, and miss jumps and just generally suck. But there's a spot there's a spot on that balcony where if you angle yourself towards the corner, so apparently the way the game was designed, if you run towards two polygons that don't quite connect, you can clip through it. And there's a spot on that balcony where you can run into the corner and fall down onto a ledge that you're not supposed to get to till damn near the end of the level, and it cuts out like 80% of the level.
Oh, shit.
And then I got my Uzis, and then went up and got a Jade Dragon, and instead of going back out and detonating the door, you can just jump up on top of the roof that you're on, and it'll take you directly to the end of the level.
Huh. Nice.
And that's an actual intended shortcut that you'd have no idea about. So I think a lot of the levels actually have hidden shortcuts.
How far did you actually get?
I made it...
Opera House?
No, I didn't get to the Opera House.
Oh, so you were in the hideout as well?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys didn't get far.
But I thought you posted a screenshot. You posted a screenshot of you finishing the hideout.
What? I don't remember what the next level started out as.
It's the Opera House after that.
I know, but how does it start? Like what
I forget.
I didn't get there.
Let me see.
If you guys thought...
Oh, yeah, I did. And I started that level and went, yeah, fuck this. With the swinging shit and...
Yeah.
No,
but if you thought those levels were bad, when you get up to the later ones, they make them look really easy. Really
What's after
easy.
the Opera House, Dan?
After the Opera House, you get in the plane and you end up at the oil rig, where Lara gets taken captive, and you don't have your pistols at the start of this one.
Oh, Jesus.
So you have no guns, and you have to escape the cell, and then you have to get inside a plane to find your pistols, to then escape the oil rig and then go on to the underwater section to find that Seraph thing like I was going through before. And it all just escalates.
One thing I did not particularly care for in terms of the design was where the enemy spawned from. I felt was really cheap and really shitty. So you would walk past something, and then an enemy would come out from behind you while you're in there manipulating something else, a lever, picking up an item, and then they kill you. It's like, come on, really? You're going to drop them out behind me? And it's not just one or two; it's all the time.
They're quite easy to exploit, though. If you can run near them and like roll, they can't hit you and stuff. But when you get later on, the enemies take a lot more hits, and there's a lot more of them, and they have stronger attacks, so it gets even worse. Like on the floating island level, there's these guys who have super nifty, sparkly boots who can fly through the air.
Nifty.
But if you're quick, you can blast them out of the air with your rocket launcher, grenade launcher before they get near you, which is always hilarious. There is actually a final level on Tomb Raider 2, which takes place in Croft Manor, which is basically Bertolli's goons who were left over come and decide to crash Lara's party and kill her in her own house. So Lara, in a ridiculously small dressing gown, gets a shotgun from a cupboard and just wages war on them in a house. And it's just
then excellent. You get to the shower scene, which was the controversy of, or the topic of a lot of conversation in middle school. Of there's a secret way to get her to be naked at the end of the game. It was always there's a section where she changes into a wetsuit as well, which everybody used to say you could see, but you can't. Like on the ending section, like Lara's about to go in and she turns to the camera and says, "I think you've seen enough, don't you?" And she shoots the camera with the shotgun. Yeah. But if you get all the secrets, you get to see that sweet scene. Yeah. You don't really. Don't try that. You can always use the old exploder cheat to turn Lara nude, which was always fun. You had to do that on PC though, right? No, there used to be the exploder cheat cartridge. You could do it on PlayStation. Oh yeah. Huh. With the square nipples and everything, it was great. Good old square nipples. Back before the advent of the modern internet. That's all we had back in the day. When I was your age, I had square nipples to look at. And we liked it. Well, for Tomb Raider 2, we'll chalk it up to another bad recommendation on my part. I don't think it's a bad recommendation. I still think the Tomb Raider games are great because they ushered in a lot of new concepts for video games. I don't think without Tomb Raider we would have the Uncharted series. No, correct. So it was good in its time. It's just I honestly don't think the original ones are worth revisiting because they are so clunky. The level design really isn't all that good either. I remember the fourth one brought on a lot of new gamers, The Last Revelation. Yeah. Because I think it was maybe a little bit easier and there was a really good tutorial level to really get you in your stride. Were any of you actually able to finish the tutorial level at Croft Manor? Shut up. You can't finish it? No, there's that... Jess, did you even make it across the first jump platform? No, I fell. I just sat down. And then fuck this, I'm done. Started braiding my hair a little bit more. Oh, good. No, that obstacle course at the beginning, they time you and you can actually make it through. Oh, yeah. That gets even better on Tomb Raider 3. The butler on Tomb Raider 3, when you start doing the obstacle course, he comes out in like a camo uniform and you can shoot him. What? Yeah, and he holds up his tray to deflect the bullets. So funny. Just, if you keep shooting him, he falls over. Did you at least lock the butler in the meat locker? No, that's mean. Why? That's so mean. Did you notice that everything in her house, actually everything in this game, is ridiculously oversized? I was standing in her kitchen like tables sink. And stuff. Yeah, standing in her kitchen sink, and it looked like a hot tub. I'm like, how fucking big are your dishes? that poor butler as well. Wow. We'll have to get up there. And did you go in the hedge maze? Yeah. Did you find the treasure room? No. Oh no. Oh. If you go into a certain if you go in a certain section in the hedge maze, there's a button which opens a timed door back in the manor. So you have to memorize the route out of the hedge maze and get back to the manor in time to get through this door. What? And then you get in the treasure room. And there's no point in going in the treasure room. But on Tomb Raider 3, again, that's expanded, and you can find, if you go down to the treasure room, you can find the racetrack key, which opens up a quad bike track, which is in the hedge maze. And it's your knowledge of Tomb Raider is astounding. I know. I've played them a lot. Believe me. You don't say. Mm. Did you know the movies on Netflix? Oh, the movies are so good. Oh, I love that reload thing she does on the movie where she does like wipes the pistols through a belt and reloads them. It's just so cool. They couldn't have picked somebody better for Lara Croft either. That was a perfect casting choice. Apparently they're going to do a reboot. That's what I've heard. I think Angelina Jolie's a little old for it now.
Yeah, she's fine.
Still
She'll
got
be
it.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, Tomb Raider 2. Oh, it's okay.
Well, I liked it, so screw
Good.
you all.
Jolly good.
I
Glad you
finished
liked
it. I put the effort in. You all suck.
We do suck.
Yes.
I do remember distinctly making a comment last week saying I was going to finish it. And that
You said
was-
you would eat your hat if somebody finished it.
I would have thought one
Yeah,
of you
that
might
did
have at
happen,
least got
actually.
past the first section, but
Damn
no.
it, Yum.
Did anybody meet the T-Rex in Tomb Raider 2?
No, I do remember that, though.
Yes, there's a secret on the first level. If you go down into the valley with the bit with the zip line, Jess, you don't know this because you didn't get to it.
There is a zip line in the obstacle course, so don't confuse it with that.
Yeah, there's a zip line, and if you go over there and you can drop down into the valley below, and then when you do this, T-Rex just comes charging at you out of nowhere, like in the Great Wall of China. It makes no sense. But
Neither do people turning into dragons.
that dragon is a bitch to beat, mind. My God. You have to. I knew it was so difficult, so I hoarded Uzi bullets for ages, and you just have to run round in circles. It shoots flames at you, and if you get hit with flames, you're on fire and you die. So
The health packs were so skimpy with those in this.
yeah, it gets better as it goes on. But anyway, that's Tomb Raider 2. I like it. These don't. So
Well, as long as you enjoyed it,
I did. I liked
Good.
it.
That's the main thing.
that is all that counts. So Jess is up for next week with her recommendation. Do you remember what you recommended, Jess?
Change it
I
to
have
old
the thing
Galaxy.
open.
Change it.
Wipeout.
Wipeout 64.
What? Not Wipeout 2047?
Is there a reason you chose the 64 version?
That's one that I played a lot.
Oh, okay. So
Fair enough.
you'll play this one.
Easier to get, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep. So, yeah.
Probably harder to control.
I like
Probably.
the Wipeout games.
2097, sorry.
Yeah.
Just correcting myself.
God, Tom, get with it.
Jeez.
Is that the original or is that the sequel?
It was the
original
sequel on the PS1.
PS1, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but is it called 2097, the original?
No, the original was just called Wipeout.
You know
Okay.
what games
Which-
we need to play? We need to play the San
tell
Francisco
us.
Rush games.
Oh, I love those games.
I have
played
such
them.
fond memories of playing the first one with my dad. We had one of the steering wheels with the pedals and all that, and we would hook that up and just
Yeah.
play for hours in the living room. And I'd come home from school, and if he had a day off, he'd be sitting there just laughing his ass off because he'd play that very first level. He would turn the explosions on high, the wind on high, and the enemy AI on super dumb. And there's that first corner where you start going up one of those big hills in San Francisco, and if you hit it fast enough, you go sailing off the other side, and all of the cars will always get pushed by the wind into the building, and every time somebody would explode, he would just piss himself laughing. Such good memories. There were so many secrets to that game, too. You could
Yeah,
actually
so
leave the
many.
tracks and like go pick up keys, and
Yeah.
I think it was San Francisco. I think it was actually the first Rush game where there was a stunt cave. You guys remember that?
I don't remember that. The one I remember is San Francisco Rush 2049 for the Dreamcast. That's the one that I played with my brother quite a lot. And he learned all the tracks like the back of his hand, like backwards, all the shortcuts, getting keys for places, and like setting the best times. Because it's all about time attack, isn't it, with San Francisco Rush? But you might be talking about the Nintendo version?
Yeah, the N64 version. There was
Right.
a stunt room. Well, no, what was the other one where you could like actually customize more of your car? They had the big stunt track, this big stadium with all these ramps and shit that you could go into and just play 2-player with that. Was that 2049 or was that a different one?
I just looked it up, and actually they were both called 2049. Just I played the Dreamcast version, but they're probably pretty similar. But I'm not sure I remember the
How many
caves.
different San Francisco Rush games were there?
I'm not sure. There's
I thought there was a San Francisco Rush 2, but maybe there wasn't.
no, I don't think there was. There were just ports from the original from
I
2049.
don't remember 2049. I don't think I played that, but I know there was a second San Francisco Rush,
Yeah.
because you could do multiplayer and then you could just set the time limit for unlimited, and it was all about who could get the higher score doing stunts in this big stadium. And they just had the most
Gotcha.
ridiculous ramps, like half pipes and shit. I have the Midway Arcade Treasures game. I should see
Oh,
what's on
nice. That's the one that I've got for PS2. Midway Arcade Treasures 3.
there. Yeah, which Rush is on that?
San Francisco Rush 2049.
Is the original one on there?
Yeah, Rush the Rock. Is that the one you're thinking of? The
That's
Alcatraz
the one I was
edition?
thinking about. Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, I've not played that one.
I think that's it.
I've got it, but I've never played it.
I think that's the Alcatraz edition.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
Okay,
on
so
N64?
We've played different ones then. The Alcatraz edition was on 64, yeah, and PlayStation.
I'm going to have to look that up because
It came out on N64 first in 1997.
I'm going to throw a Rush game onto our list because those games are so good.
Yeah, cool. Be good.
We could do a comparison. Oh, we still have spaces open.
Comparison for what?
I was going to say for next week.
Wipeout 64 and Rush?
Yeah, we could.
Wipeout 64. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw that on there as well.
Yeah, let's
If
do
you guys
that.
don't mind, because racing games are.
Yeah,
Racing games.
racing games are racing games.
Where you race and it's a game.
Yes.
Are we just going to do the first San Francisco
you're right.
Rush? Let's just play as many as we can.
Yeah, just play the series in general.
A
like,
smorgasbord.
whatever you get around to.
But definitely Wipeout 64. Because I
Yes.
have not played that one, and I really like Wipeout games.
Yeah.
Then after that, I think we covered this, but just to kind of let you know that we're sticking with the schedule, we've got Beneath the Steel Sky. We got 2 PC games coming up. So I know that they're having a lot of sales on Steam and GOG right now, so you can pick these up. Beneath the Steel Sky is free on GOG, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is $5.99 on GOG. So
Yeah.
the last point that we need to chat about before we take off is our Christmas show.
Oh yes.
We are
So what's happening?
doing a show. I'm hoping that we can do it while I'm back.
Who's
in
doing
Wisconsin.
DIY in the background?
Okay, that's my cat. I wasn't sure if you guys could hear. She's scratching on a cardboard thing.
We can definitely hear.
The cats in the vicinity.
We're shooting to do our Christmas show on the 27th. If that doesn't work and we need to readjust, we can. But either way, we want to do it like we did last year, where we have people record a message or their favorite memory from our show within the past year and then send it in, and we will compile that. We'll do our normal show where we talk about a game, but then we'll also have our favorite memories of the year and put your clips into the show as well, so you'll actually be a part of the show. If you don't want to record something and send it in, you can just shoot us an email. We'll read that. But we definitely want to have a large user interaction for our end of the year Christmas show.
Is that for the 27th or the 3rd?
27th.
Our list is wrong.
Is it?
It says Christmas episode for the Home Alone and Die Hard.
Oh, shit the bed.
Well, we'll figure
God
it
damn
out.
We'll have to figure it out. Either way, it'll be sometime in December-ish.
Yeah,
We'll
after
figure it.
Christmas.
Yeah. We do not have any emails this week. If you want to send us an email, factorysealed@manatank.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check our
Maybe I'll
Facebook.
send another fan one.
Oh, yeah. Write yourself an email. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/factorysealed. We're going to be throwing up the link to our Patreon page on there. We're also going to have a link on our website, factory-sealed.com. So, check it out. If you like what we do, keep us going.
No, he said it so humbly.
Homely? Like I said it so ugly?
No, as in humble.
Any final
Something
thoughts?
that Eric.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Is it snowing there yet?
No.
Does it ever snow there?
Snow in England is very hard to predict. It comes or it doesn't.
Wow,
It's
that's
usually what happened.
It's like the light switches in your house. They're either on or they're off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as binary
Just
as
blew
that.
my mind.
Well, in 2011, we had snow for about 3 weeks. But last year we had barely any, so that's how it works out.
I'm not looking forward to going back to Wisconsin for the snow this year.
It's literally
But snow
always
makes-
snow in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's worse when it's just cold without snow because then there's nothing like pretty or exciting about it. It's just freaking cold.
That's
But
true.
snow makes it better.
I mean, it's chilly down here. It's in the 60s.
Less.
Muffin.
My hands get cold.
Some form of gloves might be in order.
My toes get cold.
Some form of shoes might be in order.
They sell those?
Yeah. They're like gloves, but for your feet.
Oh, dear. Feet gloves.
Socks.
Get some of those toe shoes. They're nifty.
Skeletos.
Yeah. Walk around in them and wear one of those walk-in sleeping
Look at where
bags
those
and you'll
are-
look awesome.
They look like douches.
Oh my god, I want that sleeping. I forgot about it and I want it again.
Did you see that picture that I sent you?
Oh, this bag?
Yeah. I was at Target and I
Yeah.
saw the walking sleeping bag.
Can't wait to go to Target.
Oh, dude. You
Are
got
you
a
guys
list.
getting Target?
Never
Oh.
been to a Target.
When
I
Tom
get it.
comes
I went-
over for the Grand American Tour.
Yeah.
I went to
I
New
hate
York and they
Target.
didn't have any Targets. I was disappointed.
Target ditched us.
They said, you guys don't want, you didn't buy enough.
Because it was so much more expensive than Target in America. Like, the prices were obscene and they never had anything in stock. Like, ever. It was crazy. There'd be shelves empty for, like, months because they never refilled stock. And then they complained. Friggin' Target.
So, one final thought. I wanted to hear, actually, no. I want to hear Tom's recommendation, or not recommendation, the thoughts on all the candy that I sent over.
Oh, yes.
I sent Tom a care package, or care packaggio.
You did. And
the
as
States.
well as the awesome Metal Gear Solid stocking, there was an abundance of candy. Or
What,
as
candy?
Thanks,
sweets, as
Eric.
we call them.
I seem to remember sending you 2 boxes of candy, huge care packages, and you threw most of it away. You're like, this is fucking disgusting. Ugh.
Because you sent me Hershey's and it tastes like vomit. That's why.
Thanks would have been nice.
Yeah. Cheers, Eric.
This is puke.
So what was
was?
in the care package?
It was Jolly Ranchers, which
Okay.
we don't have.
3 kinds.
Three
Really?
kinds. Yeah, I mean, you can buy them from the little import shops, but they're really expensive.
Oh, man, they're the best.
There's like the Crunch and Chew ones, the hard candy, and the gummy. They were all brilliant. In fact, there's still some hard candies left because you try and bite those things and you got a trip to the dentist coming.
But then the crunchy ones are like crack.
Yeah, they're
I've
really
never
good.
had the crunchy ones.
Yeah, they're crunchy with a little bit of the soft, gooey stuff in the middle. And Christy and I took Ellie on a walk a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to send the whole 5-pound bag to Tom, so I just threw a few in there. And I took a fistful of them with me on our walk, probably 15 or 20 of them, and I ate all of them within a 10-minute period.
You have bags of sweets that are 5 pounds.
Oh, I took a
In
picture.
weight?
I took a picture last night that I need to send you right now.
Oh, I've
about
seen these.
That's 2.2 kilograms.
of candy. Yeah,
That's how much is that?
that's the snack size.
Is that like $1?
That big bag of the Jolly Ranchers that I bought was like $3.50.
Okay.
So
Jeez.
5 pounds of candy. Well, it probably wasn't 5 pounds, but it was definitely more than
Yeah, okay.
a small
That's
bag.
crazy. Yeah, there was, what was the other stuff? There was the sour straws,
Sour Punch straws.
Sour Punch straws. There was
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, they were good. There was Dots. Dots were my favorite.
Dots are...
Like
oh
the
my god,
dots that are on the
a yard
sheet?
of Twix.
Yeah, we sell Twix by the yard over here.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god.
And if you zoom in on that Hershey's white chocolate one, it says snack size. Look at the size of that
That's
friggin' Rice
huge.
Krispie treat. That thing is
Yeah, that one's
is a
crazy.
table. Those Reese's
Oh my-
cups, each one 2 pounds.
Oh
Do you
my
guys have the
God.
huge gummy bears?
Yeah,
The,
of
like-
course,
How much
that
do they
Kit Kat.
weigh?
a lot. Tom, look at the size of that box of Nerds.
Oh my days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Kit Kat has different packaging in America.
yeah.
That's the party box.
But yeah, there was lots of good stuff, but there was one specific item that I would not have normally included myself in a candy package.
I set out to see if I could make Tom vomit, and I got really close.
Yeah, you were dangerously close, son.
Yes.
I decided to...
Well,
I
a little
tried-
background
oh,
here. There's the Mexican candy down here is, how do I say it? Fucking disgusting.
That's
Really?
very accurate. Yeah, 100% accurate.
Oh my god, they've got these fruit suckers that they douse in chili powder.
Oh, didn't you send me
Yeah.
them as well?
I think I sent you. Yeah, I sent you the pineapple ones,
Yeah. They were awful.
so Dan can relate. I
Right.
sent,
But it's like
Good.
hot chocolate.
no.
No.
It is hot vomit, diarrhea, death in your mouth.
Yes. It
Nice.
was. It looked like the way the lolly was kind of inside the packet. It looked like a bit of chicken,
Raw
Like, that's-
chicken.
a bit of raw
Really?
chicken covered in spice. And I was just looking at it like, what is this? And when I pulled it out, it was stuck to the label, and it looked like peanut butter. And I thought, well, if it's peanut butter, maybe that's okay. See what it's like. It was not peanut butter.
Oh, I think I have a
Jeez.
picture of it.
Here,
It-
these right
and-
here.
There was so
They're
much
called
powder.
Benny Mango.
There was so much spice. There was spice all over the bottom of the stick. And I tried one, hated it. I had just like kind of sucked it for a minute.
Well, because I put on there the world record for me is like 32 seconds keeping it in my mouth before I had to take it out.
Yeah, and I tried it for a minute.
The world record for you.
Yes, my world record.
Your personal world
No,
record.
it's my. I am the world.
God's sake.
But look at that thing. It looks like a chicken.
It looks like a
nugget.
chicken nugget.
They're
Yeah.
disgusting.
And I thought, and I told Eric these are disgusting. I had it in my mouth for a minute. He's like, oh, you should have filmed it. So I thought, okay, I'll do one more. And then I was just dreading it even more the second time round because I knew it was coming. Started filming, managed to keep it in my mouth for about 2 minutes, and it was so bad. The saliva in my mouth was turning into this like chili mush, and I just started to gag because I could just taste this nastiness in my mouth.
The
And I was
second
When you
one,
can't like get it out.
the
Yeah,
second
I
picture
had
that
to-
I sent
yeah.
you is the one I sent you, right, Dan? The Benny Elatitos.
No, I don't think I've had that.
These ones, Tom, are even worse than the
They
Benny
can't.
Mangoes.
No.
And
Do
for some
people actually
reason-
like these?
Oh yeah,
My brother liked one. My brother had one and he ate the whole thing.
and didn't he look at you and go, "Yeah, not bad."
Yeah, and I was trying to prank him, and he was
The
like,
video
"Uh."
that Tom sent me, very clearly at the end, he's ready to gag.
Yeah, and
Very
then
clearly.
my girlfriend's
Aw.
filming.
Did
and
you post this video?
I sent it to Eric as proof
think you
that I
should
was
post it.
beating his world record,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
his personal world record.
So I'll get you some of the Benny Elatitos when you come down here.
This just sounds terrible. Like spiky testicles, pineapple lollies. But lollies in quotes. That is not a fucking lolly.
Yeah, I'm never coming to visit.
Desert heat.
Food that makes
Good
you
luck,
puke.
Tom. Good luck, Tom.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a joy. So, I also
Wow.
sent you guys a bunch of songs that I wrote.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
They were
these.
Jess, did you see those?
Was that on Drive?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I downloaded them. I haven't looked at them yet.
Oh,
But I'm excited now.
Give you guys some background. He's done a song about shit. Literally, and a song about Star Wars.
So
Put one each week.
The Star Wars song started out as a joke because when we were in college, there was this guy that was a super Star Trek nerd. So we wrote a song called Star Trek, but it was all about Star Wars. And he would sit down in the lobby and watch TV, and we'd stand up on the
You guys are
balcony
so
above
edgy.
and sing this song to him. And the premise of the song was basically "fuck you, Star Trek." It was pretty sweet.
So edgy.
It was. But yeah, the shit song's my favorite. It's called "I Heart Pooping and Texting You About It." It's a good one. Maybe we'll release that as a Patreon goal.
So you can put it on the outro for the show.
Hell yeah.
I feel bad for everyone now.
It's good. It's a good song. It's catchy.
We'll put it in the one where you get the start of the show. We'll just play it at the start. 1 week.
There's my obligatory wet fart noises in there too. So yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But
every week.
Every week. So sometime down the road. All right, we should probably wrap this thing up. Next week, Wipeout 64 and some of the Rush games. Yam, where can we find you on Twitter?
At Hyperjelly.
No, you need to change it to Yombraider now.
Yombraider.
Oh.
Dan, where can we find you?
Frosted Sloth.
Jess?
I'm a Jess.
You can find me at Honest Pizza. That is going to do it for this week. We'll see you all next week.